All right, folks, pardon the technical difficulties. Had a slight power outage right before the opening kick. Had a couple chances for each side. No score just yet. NYU now bringing it down with Owen Smith. Smith going to the corner. Looking for a potential cross. It will go over the line. And out of play. Pat Flynn, first-year head coach for UChicago. Flynn was hired last March after being an assistant from 2014 to 16, twice on the UAA coaching staff for the year. 2017 and 18, he was with Loyola Chicago as the assistant men's soccer coach and recruiting coordinator. He helped the team produce their first ever MLS draft picks. Twice they were Illinois state champions, and he had a good career as a coaching intern at Washington and Jefferson. As that has popped up, Ben Green, the senior, in the box, trying to get his head around it and slow them down. Ben Green's at his third school. It is NYU where he gets to celebrate Senior Day, not at Colorado College or Division I American. Good to see Green get healthy for this year. He started last game on Friday. He played the first 27 minutes and then did not return to the game after that. Sergio Montone scored the lone goal in the team's last win. They've won 6 in a row. NYU has been on a tear. Their last loss against Rutgers Newark on September the 8th. They tied Baruch on September the 14th and have not lost since. They've had 3 different 1-0 wins, a 2-1 win, and 2 3-0 wins. Only Hunter College has scored against them in this time. An interesting note on the NYU offense, Talal Saeed didn't see much of the field in the last game, drew the start in this one. Dangerous pass, won't get to Montone, as here is Sahil Modi, 2-time Illinois State Cup champion, captain of the FC United team that won the USYS Region 3 championships. He's the reigning UAA Athlete of the Week, scoring goals and wins against both Emory and Rochester. He scored another one on Friday in the win against Brandeis. Sahil Modi has been hot. He is down, clutching his knee. Hope he's okay. Maybe he just needs a minute. Hopefully not as bad as it looks. Pat Flynn calling for a yellow card in that situation. Talk about the danger of the play. In his first year as head coach here. He's a 2007 graduate of Duquesne University. He's assisted by Michael Choquette and Michael Morrow. So for this free kick, they have a few players on ball. It's Kyle Ruark is there with Ben Brandt. Worthy of note, number 3, Richard Gillespie has a twin brother, Walker, who is a striker for Princeton University. Ball comes in, headed high, over the goal. And the glove of Mancuso. NYU survives their first test. Pat Flynn, a very vocal head coach. Good to see him get his opportunity here. First time collegiate head coach. He's an assistant for a few years now. He's back. And while he was at Duquesne, he's a captain as a senior, and he helped his team to 2 Atlantic 10 Conference championships. Another player down and clutching. The physicality combined with the wet turf. So twice in the last minute and a half, we've seen players go down pretty hard for the Maroons, who are 7-1-4 on the year. The one loss was to Calvin, a national powerhouse, numerous NCAA championships. In UAA play, folks, they beat Emory 5-0 and Rochester 2-0 in their first 2 before taking down Brandeis 1-0. There's the kick, a line drive, headed up. Nice little strike, Boyd. It is controlled by Naz Kabani from Manchester, England. He's the lone He's one of a few players. You have players from Tokyo, Japan, and Sao Paulo, Brazil. Here's the throw-in for them. Meeks got a touch. Meeks sends it up the field. He's trying to find 6'4" Ben Green. Chicago's defense this year has been very good, along with they've outscored opponents 22-8. They've allowed just one goal in the first half. Long run, looking to cross here. Now they'll move it around. And that's a foul. Free kick. Cameron Bloy couldn't help himself. Freshman from Allen Park, Michigan. Great spot for a free kick for NYU. Sergio Montone will take it. He scored the lone goal in the team's 1-0 win over Chicago last time out. Here we go, Montone. Could be a potential shot. He might be aiming for that top left corner of the net. Here we go. Sergio sends it in. Aggressively knocked down. Ben Green saved. Cleared away. Look at another chance. Montone coming through. Lefty strike, and it's saved. Aaron Katsimpoulos is a two-time UAA Athlete of the Week. He has had a great career here. Was 18-3-1 last year. He trains with Sheffield Wednesday and the Doncaster Rovers in England. He's also a 2-year football player at De La Salle Collegiate. Aaron Katsimpoulos, also worth noting, folks. Impressive figures on him. He played 1,962 minutes last year. That was a team record. So that one is out of bounds. The last 3 years, the UAA MVP has resided in Chicago. Max Lopez, the all-time leading goal scorer, who had 54. Matthew Coe and Nico Capitosto. See for Chicago if anyone can get that nod this year. Katsimpoulos, 45 saves, 8 goals allowed, entering this one. He's a tremendous keeper. Chicago, or NYU rather, there's the pass. The goal was open. They couldn't get a look. They're pushing. They're bringing pressure, but they could not score. Modi will take his time. Sahil Modi, tremendous talent from Northbrook, Illinois. He has 3 goals in 3 UAA matches. And much to the chagrin of the entire NYU team, the possession will not be theirs. It will be a throw-in for Chicago. Scott Lick, the junior from Jonesboro, Tennessee. He attended Science Hill High School. He gets it in. Modi ran out of room. Meeks keeps it in bounds, and he'll send it away. Lick keeping it going forward. Chicago, 4 consecutive shutout victories. The last team to score on them was Calvin in the loss. So both teams coming in on a great defensive streak. Luka Mancuso, 5 shutouts in the last 6 games, along with Nick Fafiatis, though Mancuso has taken this starting job and really run with it. There's Russo. Diallo, the nice ball ahead to Owen Smith. Lost it against Lick. Send it back, and Katsimpoulos, the goalies from Harrison Township, Michigan. Luka Mancuso, the talented freshman. Modi hits the turf. No call. Now there's the call as Pablo Vargas is ready to take it the other way. And it is senior day for 4 New York University Violets. Mateo Schlitz, who is not in attendance today. Happy senior day to Mateo. Sergio Montone, Ben Green, and Owen Smith. Ben Green played at Colorado College and Division I American. Plays in the Patriot League before moving on to New York City. He's originally from London, Ben Green. Well-traveled. Here is Vargas for NYU. We got 18 minutes off the board. First half, he got it to Ben Green. Green trying to draw some contact. He got it away, and it'll just go out of play. It was a long run to get there and could not be tracked down. It's like it was Mateo Russo that made the trek. So again, a very rainy day here in the Bronx. Aaron Katsimpoulos with 3 saves, 2 of Montone, and one of green. They've had some good looks early, as the women's team did. They unfortunately fell victim 1-0. So here is a throw-in coming for NYU. See which way they look to get it. They'll go to Diallo. Abraham sends it back to Isaiah Boyd at midfield. And both these teams are 3-0 in UAA play. The winner will clinch a winning conference record and could be on their way to punching an NCAA tournament ticket. Moving it around well. Sergio getting some good lift on that ball. Cleared away. Still with the Violets. Looking to send one into the box. They will. And Aaron Katsimpoulos. Simple as it is. If you say his name fast is what it sounds like. And that's what he makes it look like. Katsimpoulos. Simple as it is. He just keeps it simple. He's been a tremendous keeper for this team for a number of years. And only a junior will be able to come back next year and do it again. Matter of fact, all three of their keepers will be back. Franco Savastano, who's from D.C., and Calvin Walters from West Lafayette, Indiana. As player down for Chicago is Naz Kabani, the freshman from Manchester, England. Trainer is out working on Kabani. Nas played for Man U, Man City, Stoke City, and the England Schools national team. Two-time Premier Tournament winners with Man City, and he won the Belgian Truce Tournament with Manchester United. It looks like he'll be limping off and exiting the game. He's going to be replaced by today's first sub, Griffin Wada, 6'4" defender from Villanova, Pennsylvania.
Substitution for Chicago into the game, number 4, Griffin Wada, replacing number.
He earned 5 caps for England Schools, and he was two-time captain. So hopefully he's okay. And nothing serious, and he can return to the game. So they'll reset NYU. Always, whenever there's an injury, kick the ball back to the opposing goalie. Show of great sportsmanship. Most teams generally do it. You've seen a few cases where not every team does it. You might call it gamesmanship. But sportsmanship, in this case, the priority over gamesmanship. Chicago looking for their 5th consecutive win. NYU looking for their 7th straight win after going 0-4-1 to start the season. They had some tough opponents early on. Ithaca, Hobart, Drew, and Rutgers Newark. They got outscored by a combined 9-2 in those matches, and they tied Baruch, and they haven't lost since. Here they come. Opportunity could be knocking. Some quick legs on Kyle Ruark, and he earns a corner kick for the Maroons. Going over to take it will be Ben Brandt. So you hear the pitter-patter of the rain on this dreary Sunday. Ben Brandt's FC United Select team won 4 consecutive Illinois State Cup championships, and it was the 2018 Midwest 2 regional champion as well. Here comes the corner. Ben Brandt. It's a low one. Knocked down, up, deflected, and it comes right back to Brandt. Another chance to send one into the box. Gives the signal. Calls for it. Boyd hits the deck. It's because he was fouled. He was not diving, trying to escape an explosion in an action movie. He actually got shoved, and that's where the foul came in. And Kuso will send it on. He's done a great job since taking over as a full-time keeper. He's a freshman from Miami. Clean sheet after clean sheet. Trying to replace Grant Engel, who allowed less than a goal per game last year on this tremendous NYU defense and went 12-4-3 and reached the NCAA Division III tournament. Chicago passing it around. Now they get it to Gillespie. It's from Charlotte. Went to Princeton. It's the Charlotte Country Day School, excuse me. Here come the Maroons, passing it through. Potential chance. This is Ruark. And that's a foul on Vargas. No one happy on the NYU sideline. Kim Wyatt is jumping in disagreement. They thought that the contact was initiated by the opposition. So, free kick, Chicago. Not one NYU player face is happy about this one. I send Isaiah Holquist, a junior from Ballastonwood, Pennsylvania, over among 3 players to take the kick. You'd expect he might be he won't be the one to take it. He's just getting direction. He did sprint up from the back line to get there. So here comes the free kick for the Maroons. One that NYU does not believe they should have right now. Here we go. Brandt lifts it in. Header, and Luka Mancuso picks it up. Cat Simplis has made 4 saves in this game. On Green, Velvel, and Montone. The rain continues to fall. Winner of this game will keep their winning streak alive and clinch a winning record in the conference. How did Ruark get that ball? That was a bullet he was able to track down on the cross. Headed away, and Montone playing keep away with senior Nate Johnson, one of 4. Could be that are likely playing their final game here at Gaelic Park as a visitor. So Montone goes down, holding his leg. Not a good look. Play will continue as NYU is going to bring Santiago Huertas into the game. Hopefully this is nothing too serious for Sergio Montone as the trainer will come out. Ref will come take a look. We're going to take a quick moment as he is looked at. May just need to be stretched out. He'll be back in about 60 seconds. So Santiago Huertas will come in the game. Sergio Montone will limp off, and hopefully he will be able to return to this one. It'll be a huge loss. If not, he already has 2 shots on goal. He scored the winner last game. His ability to create is huge for the Violets. Senior from Madrid, parents in attendance. Really hate to see that. We worked on by the trainer now, and hopefully he can return. You never know, but health over competition 99 times out of 99, 100 times out of 100. Pass it back to Cat Simplis. 6-foot goalie. And that is not the touch they wanted. The wet turf might have played a role. 4-1 advantage in shots for NYU. 1 save for Luka Mancuso, 4 for Cat Simplis. Boyd got it through. Coming down, passing it in. It takes a deflection. Louis Meeks. Good job on his man, and now it's going to be taken back by NYU. The ball had a lot of spin on it. There's Russo. Owen Smith, left wing, tripped up, and no call. Ball still in play. Meeks, Smith, Now Vargas, who's pushed up, will send it back to Isaiah Boyd, the last line of defense for the Violets. Boyd taking it ahead. Boyd has some room. Isaiah Boyd with the cross, looking for Owen Smith. Off his head to Louis Meeks. Louis Meeks sends a booming ball, line drive into the box. Ibrahim Diallo. Chicago does not have numbers to work with, but they're looking to push. Matus gives it up to Brandt. The leading goal scorer this year is Bryce Millington, junior from West Orange, New Jersey. He is not starting in this game. Chicago has one sub so far, Griffin Wada. Santiago Huertas, the lone sub for NYU, placing Sergio Montone. See when we get our first Oliver Kleben sighting. Chicago coming down, looking for a potential cross. And they'll have a corner kick instead, created by Isaiah Holquist.
Substitution for the Maroons into the game, number 23, Michael Johnson.
Number 23, Michael Johnson. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. Went to the Westminster schools with Daniel D'Souza, we have not seen, but Johnson makes his first appearance. He replaces Vicente Matus. He's from Lisbon, Portugal. Fourth international player on this team. It's a high kick on the corner, and Luka Mancuso has had such good hands in net. We saw it all game against WashU, although that throw went a little too far. It's very rare you see turnovers when the goalie decides to throw it versus kicking it. In the corner, Holquist on the move, knocked down, and another corner kick is coming for the Maroons. This will be their third and their second in short order. It's in. The shot. Luka saves it and keeps it in play. No, it was out. Another corner kick. So the third corner in the last 2 minutes for the visiting team. It's going to be taken by Cameron Bloy. Cameron has 3 goals on the season.
Yellow card has been issued to number 21 of the Violets.
Luka Mancuso picked up a yellow card for his role there. Header goes wide. No one got a piece, and it'll be a goal kick. 2 subs for the Violets.
Substitution for the Violets.
Vince Bolzoni and Ethan Pisano will come in.
And number 13, Ethan Pisano, replacing number 7, Roland Smith.
Tal Saeed from Amman, Jordan, went to the Kings Academy. He's out. Goal kick, Luka Mancuso. Looking for the head of the 6'1 Diallo, couldn't find him. Huertas has great speed and could not find a black jersey to get the ball to. Counter, it's Modi. This game looks like it might be won in the trenches. 50-50 balls, maybe stealing a possession on the attack. Both teams have had some opportunities. Keepers have made some big saves. Corner kicks have not yielded the results they've hoped. Vargas will push it ahead to Meeks, being pressured by Michael Johnson. Went through everyone's legs. NYU coaching staff thought it should have been theirs. Passing it ahead. Here are the Maroons. A little room to work for Ruark. Getting it to the corner. Now he'll pass back. Ruark's a great passer with 3 assists on the year. Johnson. Got it with Ben Brandt. Everyone getting a touch here for the Chicago Maroons. There's some room here. Lost it on the deflection. was Matteo Russo. Looking now for the cross is Johnson. He's got a lot of speed. Nice job with the ball. Couple black jerseys in the way. NYU cannot get it out of trouble. That is still in bounds, and Mancuso watches it sail out finally. So NYU, 5 shutouts in their last 6 games. In a 5-1 win against Hunter. That was the only time they've allowed a goal in this stretch. Hobart and Drew gave them a tough time as at Ithaca and Rutgers Newark, and as soon as the neutral matches reached their end and the road matches early, they have been great. And picked up that road win against Carnegie Mellon. It's been their only road match since September the 18th. So Oliver Kleben and Maxi Rodriguez will come in. Ben Green and Matteo Russo with well-deserved rest after 33 strong minutes. Booming kick from Mancuso, looking for Diallo. And that'll be an NYU throw. Oliver Kleben in the game led the team in all offensive categories last year. He was the NYU Male Freshman Athlete of the Year, the UAA Rookie of the Year. He had 2 game winners and 2 seasons of track and 1 year of lacrosse at Blindsbrook High School, in addition to 3 years of football, which we call soccer. Rodriguez to Meeks. Moving it around, here is Meeks. Meeks trying to go inside, headed down. Out of bounds for a throw-in. Brandt. And it'll go back to the Violets. Kim Wyant, 5th season as head coach, a 1989 grad from the University of Central Florida, had the first ever shutout for the United States women's soccer team in the 80s, rather in the 90s. Had a great international playing career as a keeper. It's the only women's head coach in men's soccer in Divisions 1, 2, and 3 put together. Tremendous resumes and a very nice job here. The 12 wins last year. 6-game winning streak so far this year. Diallo's taken 2 defenders down, but hasn't gotten anywhere with the ball. Now gets rid of it as we got a couple changes. Jorge Bronco and Peyton Lane get ready to enter for Chicago. There's the pass ahead. Couldn't get it anywhere. Talk about this game being won in the trenches. Both teams now kind of struggling to move the ball. And seeing Chicago get it on the attack with no clean looks. NYU's been on the defensive. It's just winning these 50-50 balls. If a team makes a sloppy pass, you got to take advantage and take the ball away. Running it ahead was Nate Johnson. Now they'll move it around to Lick. Trying to keep the pressure off their star keeper. And on Mancuso and company. The reset to Luca, who was being charged by Modi.
Substitution for Chicago. Into the game, number 25, George
Bronco. So we got the rain coming down, and every single seat under the awning is taken over in the bleachers. Gaelic Park, home of Manhattan College soccer, softball, and lacrosse. They play in the MAC, Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference. Moving it ahead, a couple subs just in. One of them, this is Peyton Lane. Good physical defense, and Peyton Lane is going to be called for the foul. Free kick, NYU. Evan Lewis get ready to come in the game. He's going to replace Diallo. Vargas to Meeks. And among all the series, in the series all time, different in the men's side and the women's side. This is the 33rd meeting between the teams. NYU 13, 16, and 3 have dropped the last 6, however, to Chicago. Last win in 2012. That's a great ball ahead, looking for Johnson. It's going to be a throw-in for the visiting team as we approach 8 minutes to go in the opening half. They get the throw in. Watch for the cross here. Lick, slide tackle to get it through. Still on their foot. And Maxi Rodriguez able to create some space against a couple defenders. One thing you're not going to do to beat Chicago, you're not going to beat them with passes on the ground. You got to get some air behind them, air and lift. And that's going to beat them with hard passes on the ground. Their defenders are so sound. You got to have it take a funky bounce. Here they are now. This is Maxi Rodriguez. NYU over midfield. Getting it into the corner. Back to Maxi. Here is Louis Meeks. Maxi has it again. We're coming up on 7 minutes to play in the first half at Gaelic Park. Final regular season home game for the NYU men's soccer team. Diallo. That was Boyd sending it on. Can they keep it in the corner? Yes, and it'll go out. Throw in. Throw in for Chicago here. Foul against the Violets on that one. Each team has committed 5 fouls. There's a long kick, won by Meeks. What a slide tackle right there by Nate Johnson. Now this is Michael Johnson. Ran out of room and a goal kick. Here comes Evan Lewis.
Into the game, number 17, Evan Lewis. Replacing number 27, Ibrahim Diallo.
Ibrahim Diallo is from the city, went to Pike High School. On kick from Mancuso. Mancuso now moves in to send kick with a wonky bounce. Violets had a number of looks early, but it has been a while. NYU's last shot came in the 19th minute by Jake Velvel. They have not gotten any while Sergio Montone has been out of the game. So that's how important he is to this offense. Not to knock the play of Santiago Huertas, who can create very well himself, but Montone just brings a whole different dimension. He's a magician with the ball. Not having him has hurt. Pisano sends it back to Meeks. We're under 5 minutes. Louis Meeks on the give up. Pisano. Looking for the cross. Ball inside. They'll have a corner kick because Richard Gillespie, wet ball, wet turf, couldn't handle it. NYU with their second corner of the day. 4 minutes to go in the half. Here we go. Corner kick. Trying to get on the board. There it is. It's a high ball. Headed up. Headed back inside. Knocked away. We're able to retrieve. This is Boyd. And no one got a piece. Goal kick now coming. That ball was well out of bounds before Johnson ever kicked it. Tried to play it cool, but that's not going to work. Throw in for NYU. It's Pisano. Got it to Louis Meeks. Well, does a little bit of everything. Second team all UAA a season ago. Boyd took his time trying to get rid of that one. Modi, fancy little give up. Opportunity for the Maroons. Not for long. Pablo Vargas taken away again. Lewis got a touch, poked up. Ball is going to move differently on a wet turf. Got to use that to your advantage if you're NYU. Try and send those long balls that might stay on the ground a little longer and elude the feet of the defenders. Here's Pisano. Pisano got it through. Rodriguez, opportunity in front. Katsimpoulos with a save. Aaron Katsimpoulos for the fourth time gets the save. Point blank range. It was Oliver Kleben that had the look. Still with it on offense. Meeks, he's going to shoot. And it might have been an offsides. Or that may have just gone out. The shot actually went wide. The angle, it looked like it was on target. It was just wide. Louis Meeks. That close. NYU has gotten 5 shots with no scores. Booming kick from Katsimpoulos. Header won by Lewis against the very tall Peyton Lane. Black jerseys everywhere. Like Lane rocking a turtleneck under his uni. Oh, what a block from Huertas. 30 seconds, first half. Still time for one more if they can get it. Rodriguez lost it. Here come the Maroons with 20 seconds on the clock. There's time. That will go out of bounds before Johnson can get it, but they do have a throw-in. 12 seconds.
10, 9, 8,
Lick.
7, 6, 5,
Headed away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Rodriguez will send a long one that was on target, but will go out. Halftime, we're scoreless between Chicago and NYU. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaelic Park. Final home game of the season. Zach Weiss, excited to be bringing you through the play-by-play of Violets soccer. Not too many changes in the first half for Chicago. They made 4. They brought in Wada, Lane, Johnson, and Bronco. Huertas, Bolzoni, Pisano, Rodriguez, Lewis, and Oliver Kleben came in for NYU. And we'll see, no Sergio Montone. He might be done for the day. And if that's the case, it's going to take a lot offensively. The first possession will be going of this half to the visiting Maroons. Peyton Lane remains in the game to start the second. Let's see who comes out on top and gets to 4-0. The winner of this game, if there's a winner, will clinch a winning record in the UAA. And if there's a tie, then both teams will have at least 500 finishes or better. All right, let's do it. Second half at Gaelic Park between NYU and Chicago. 6 consecutive wins in the series for Chicago. They were 10-13-3 all time. Now 16-13-3 in the series. Nice takeaway by Owen Smith, one of 4 seniors for NYU on this senior day. Smith was looking across and could not hook up with his teammate. Lane is the only reserve starting the second half for Chicago. They're led by star keeper Aaron Katsiplis. He made 5 exceptional saves in the first half. Johnson lost it. Here is Rodriguez. Maxey. He has Ben Green up ahead. Slow it down. Gets rid of it to Jake Velvel. So Bryce Millington, the leading goal scorer for Chicago, not out there. He's not played today. His 4 goals lead the way for the squad. Russo trying to get it through to Green. Keeper off his line. That was a great box out. Griffin Wada, 6'4", 215. He is a big fellow back there. He made a nice play to keep the keeper protected. Nice takeaway there by the Violets. And good to see Ben Green with his second half start. He didn't play the second half last game. There's Maxey. Velvel wanted the ball, and it came late. That is a miscommunication. No one on the NYU sideline coaching staff liked that. Maxey Rodriguez is very crafty with the ball, but he and Velvel were not on the same page. Peyton Lane able to win that battle for possession. He's got a strong foot. Going to send a high ball across the field. Chicago this year has been held without a goal twice. Their first 2 matches of the season were actually shutouts against St. Thomas, Minnesota. Actually in the process of becoming a Division I institution, potentially in 2021. And McAllister, 2 games in 3 days, and 2 times without a goal. Have not been shut out since then. Their 1 loss, 2-1 to Calvin, a high kick. Far to the left, will go for a goal kick. And NYU got shut out by Rutgers, Newark, and Ithaca early in the year, but they have not lost since September the 8th. Sunday, September 8th, folks. That was 6 weeks ago, 42 days. So if you ever watch The Simpsons, you see the sign, or any show really, any days without incident. Always starts at 0. 42 days, you can put up a sign. 42 days without a loss for NYU. Simpsons reference in regard to Homer working at the plant and causing a lot of accidents there. It's just the days since the last one. You also see it in the intro of the show. Maxey. Owen Smith trying to go back to him. Got too shifty, and he got faked out by Holquist. Isaiah Holquist. Isaiah Boyd, he has played a nice game for his team tonight. Owen Smith could not get that pass for his squad. Ben Green going to apply pressure whenever he can. He's good enough to be a Division I player at American for a year after stint at Colorado College, originally from the UK. He has been everywhere. New York is his final destination. See if he can get one on his senior day. Tugging at the jersey, trying to get space. Good job applying pressure. And we're not going to see soccer in the Bronx after today until next August/September. See if there's a season opening tournament for the Violets here. Trying to put some pressure defensively on the Maroons, led by first-year head coach Pat Flynn, 2007 grad of Duquesne. He was an assistant here from 2014 to 16 before spending some time at D1 Loyola Chicago. Then the head coaching job became available, put his hat in the ring, and now here he is. Familiarity with the program certainly made him a pretty easy choice to become the head man. Brandt, good pass, a lot of speed. That will be a foul. It looked like it was a couple of yards outside the box. It had to be done. The tripping of Ben Brandt, who got the ball to Ruark. And the yellow card will come out. Clock will continue to run. Cameron Bloy as Ben Green will run back to defend. They got no one up ahead. Everyone back on defense for this opportunity. 2 players on the ball, Bloy being one of them. There's the low line drive kick, and to get it out of trouble. Lick. Was it across to Holquist? It's a good touch there from Stephen Hess out here to start the second half. They're not playing in the first. He's in for Louis Meeks right now. Louis Meeks played the entire first half, as he usually does. He had a good opportunity, one of 6 rather, for NYU. He just shot it wide. Nice movement here. So pass it ahead. And NYU will get the throw-in. On this rainy afternoon here in the city. That was a great takeaway. Ouch! The player is down for NYU. And more. Now they'll call the foul on the second offense. Clock will continue to run. It was Owen Smith that took a hard hit. They already lost one senior to injury in Montoni. I don't want to see injuries at all, but to 2 seniors of your 4 on senior day is tough. Free kick for Boyd. Smith looks to be okay. Here we go with the free kick. Isaiah Boyd. Got the directions from his staff. Boyd sends the line drive over to the left side. Peyton Lane, his shoulder was the last touch. And solid crowd on hand here at Gaelic Park, braving the weather. Catch the final home game of the year. Each team 3-0 in conference play after wins on Friday. 1-0 over Wash U for the Violets. 1-0 over Brandeis for the Maroons. Another player down. It's been a very physical battle. Foul count relatively high for each side. 7 for Chicago, 6 for New York University.
Yellow card has been issued to number 2, Stephen Hess.
So Stephen Hess will pick up the yellow card for the Violets. So Lane is going to be the one. He's up. This might be Gillespie on the kick. It's a booming one. Up the field. Looking for Ben Brandt. Could not keep it in bounds. Stephen Hess is a freshman from Canton, Michigan, where he played 1 year of high school soccer at Canton High. Went to NYU for the combination of amazing academics and the ability to play on a great sports team. Great they are with their 6 wins in a row. The NYU Violets off a trip to the NCAA tournament last year. Though he does hope to move out west after his time in the city. We'll see if that changes over his 4 years in the Big Apple. Lane. Line drive. It clears everyone. And NYU gets a break because that ball was a little too hot to handle for Cameron Bloy. Boy, oh boy, did they catch a break. Goal kick for Mancuso as the rain falling heavy and steady. It's not going to be affecting the ball and the turf a little bit more now that it's coming down harder than it was prior. Hess. Mancuso trying to get it ahead. It was headed away by Holquist. Going down and catching the ball in the process was Bloy. Well, the NYU staff not happy at all with that foul call. Sahil Modi, pass inside, Peyton Lane. And, tough slide tackle there. They're going to stop the clock. This is getting very physical. We're going to have another yellow card. This one on Nate Johnson. No one happy on either side. It's been a very physical game as Rodriguez holding his lower back. We're going to take a break. This game, refs got to step in. There's been a lot of yellow cards, a lot of physicality, and way too many dangerous slide tackles in plays. So a free kick now for NYU, folks. Isaiah Holquist gets called for that yellow, but again, it might take a red card for the refs to really step in and assert themselves. They've called yellow card after yellow card, but nothing has stopped the physicality and the chirping. This has just been a game that you hate to see. Rodriguez is staying in for NYU in a little pain. He should be okay. They already lost Montone. And this whole game has just been foul, foul, foul. We've seen 14 combined. We've seen 4 yellow cards. 3 on NYU, and that was the first one on the other side. And though NYU has 3, some of it's been retaliation because nothing was called initially. And that does happen. And usually it's when the refs aren't pulling out cards or calling fouls. This time they have been. And you know the importance of this game. Chicago's the number 5 team in the country. There's only 4 teams ahead of them in all of Division III, the couple hundred schools that have soccer programs. They're 5th. NYU has really played a tough game. They could potentially move into the national rankings if they win. It'll be their 7th win in a row. They'd have beaten the number 5 team in the nation while being 4-0 in arguably the toughest conference in the Northeast. Or rather, the conference spreads well beyond the Northeast, but for the Northeast rankings, they'd certainly rise. And potential to move in the top 25. No rush for Wada, who's back in. Haven't seen Naz Kabani since the first 19 minutes. Good play from the Violets. They'll send one up for Owen Smith on the right side. Going towards goal. Smith ran out of space. Passed it too far in front of himself to recover. Rodriguez tailing Ben Brandt. Throwing for Chicago. NYU assistant Joseph Ruskin. Really? He's someone that will always be voicing his displeasure to the officials, so let them know he's done a great job here as an assistant now in his 4th year. He was a 2-year head coach of the SUNY Purchase team and 2 seasons as a head coach of the New York Athletic Club, and he still coached the Manhattan Soccer Club, coached the Massapequa Soccer Club, and headed Trinity School's junior varsity team for a few years. He was a professional player as well. And opportunity in front of net. Mancuso holds on. Mancuso has to be careful. He cannot afford a card no matter what happens, or he would be gone. Good ball ahead, but not exactly what they needed. Nice header. Smith. Throw in Chicago. Couple changes here for NYU. Oliver Kleben and Santiago Huertas will come in.
And number 26, Oliver Kleben, replacing number 19, Pedro Goldberg.
Pedro Goldberg comes out. He started the second half. Header by Smith. Ben Green. It's out of bounds. Throw in for Jake Velvel. Ben Green. NYU throwing, say the officials. First place in the UAA on the line in this matchup. It's a nice pass. Here's Huertas. NYU has a chance. Shot deflected before it could even get to the keeper. Hess. Getting into the corner. Richard Gillespie sends a boom ball into the bleachers. One might reach his brother at Princeton. Great passing, back forth for Chicago, keeping everyone involved. He's sent out of bounds. By Lewis. Officials having a word with a couple players. We've gone 5 minutes without a yellow card. If you're keeping track at home, it's our longest in a while. Holquist, Owen Smith, Luka Mancuso, and Stephen Hess have all been carded in this game. Any other yellows for them turn into a red, they'd be not only kicked out of this game, but suspended for the next game. Also, the team would be playing man down in that situation as well. Green chasing. Goal kick coming. If they can just box out, they'll play it ahead. Boyd. Throw-in coming for the Violets, who have 7 shot attempts, as do their counterparts. None in this half. All 3 second-half shot attempts have come for the Maroons. That'll be a foul on the offense. To any football fans wondering how their Giants are doing, the New York Giants, they are trailing the Cardinals 17-14 in the third quarter. We're down 14-0, so they're making their move. Violets hoping to make their move next. It's like Louis Meeks be coming back in for NYU potentially. As they'll put a little pressure on Aaron Katsimplis, who has not really had to do anything in this half yet. Kick goes out of bounds. Joseph Ruskin hyping his guys up. Jake Velvel finally throws it in. The best thing that could possibly happen for NYU would be force a turnover, get possession back over midfield, somewhere near the attacking thirds, which take a couple passes and then get a shot. They've had their looks, just unable to finish any of them. No part of the battle has been won yet. Passing it around the Maroons. That is a dangerous pass. And they could not quite push it forward with Smith. Passing it around here, Chicago. And deep in the corner it is. Throwing. Get the ball in. Trying to get something towards goal, and NYU will slow them for the moment. Nice get by Ben Green. He gets it to Owen Smith. Nice job clearing the defender. Smith centers it to Ben Green. Here comes Ben Green. Ben Green with a pass. They have a shot, and it's wide of net. It is wide of net. If I'm Ben Green in that situation, I'm taking that shot. It was a great idea with the pass, but he's got a big boot and could have beaten Katsimplis on his own in that spot. Oh, wow. It was Oliver Kleben, though, and he's a great scorer. He led the team last year. He leads the team in goals, but again, I'm Ben Green. I'm being selfish. I want that shot for myself. So we stay scoreless. 25 minutes remaining. We're in minute 65. Ooh, big slide tackle there. No call. Here they come. Calling for the ball. Oh, wait. Owen Smith. That was clean, although player Pat Flynn does not think so. We'll kick it out of bounds so they can have a look at Isaiah Holquist. He is slow to get up. Back in a moment. All right, folks, Cameron Bloy will take a seat. Substitution here as Vicente Matus has come back into the game. He played the game's first 27 minutes. Matus, 3 goals, 3 assists on the year. So despite losing all-time leading goal scorer Max Lopez last year, who had 54 in his career, the offense has done some solid things this year. It has not been great. They had scored multiple goals in 3 straight games going into the Brandeis matchup. Got 24 and a half minutes remaining, still no score. It's been a yellow card party at Gaelic Park. So it's going to be NYU's possession. Owen Smith was throwing the ball to the opposition for sportsmanship purposes. Now they'll go back to the keeper. They had to do it twice. No, it's pretty safe to say that the handshakes, if they happen after this game, are going to be pretty brief. These teams showing no love for one another on the field. This physical game, there's that takeaway we're talking about. Ben Green got it through to Owen Smith, who could not get it. Now he's running after the defender, and again, Ben Green, it was a good idea to make the pass, but Huertas tripped. Taken away, Ruark offsides. Especially, we're still waiting for Matus to check in. It's not been official yet. Pass from Evan Lewis. Here they come. This is Hess. Here comes Matus. Vicente Matus will now replace Cameron Bloy. Played 66 and a half minutes without a score. Physical play again. And that foul will go against NYU. They have not put the ball in the right spot yet. Now they will. Ben Brandt. Ben Brandt, free kick. Sends in a booming kick. NYU gets out of trouble for a moment. Now here they come. It's Pablo Vargas sending it ahead, running out of space on the sideline. Another player is down, folks. And yes, I'll be able to account a small chunk of this to the wet turf, but this has just been it's Holquist down hard for the second time in the last 10 minutes. This game, folks, this game. Opportunity potentially knocking. And nothing there. As Peyton Lane's given some great minutes off the bench to the Maroons. Every player flipping over, added contact. They're getting into it. There might actually be a full-on. There actually could have been some hands thrown. This game is really not what we expected to see. I mean, this is a big one with high stakes, but the two players were on the ground. They were wrestling each other. There was no ring, so there's no 3-second pin does not mean you win in this case. And this whole instance is just see who has possession and if any more cards are going to be given out. This has been a sight to see. I mean, this has been a great game. And Mancuso's made 3 very good saves. Katsimpos has made 5. And Cleveland just shot one wide about 8-9 minutes of game time ago. And Jorge Branco, midfielder from Sao Paulo, Brazil, is going to be coming back in for Chicago. So the yellow card is against NYU. Their 4th out of the 5 called. It goes on Huertas. No penalty in their part in the scrum for Chicago. So NYU does not have a football team. Chicago does. They destroyed Cornell College yesterday. Congrats to them. But these players do have to realize they are not playing that brand of football on this rainy day. And yes, it is Sunday, but you're not supposed to channel your inner NFL player on the soccer pitch. Now Jorge Branco back in. It's George Branco, not Jorge. Pardon me. Hess sending it up the field. A great ball. It's in bounds. And a foul on Chicago. Another stoppage. This is our 6th yellow card. You bet it is. This game has been... If you want to go to dictionary.com and type in Chippy, you'll see NYU versus Chicago, October 20th, 2019, as the definition. So Stephen Hess is going to be the one to send this one into the box. He's played a great half in place of Louis Meeks. Richard Gillespie gets called for this one. So they're sending everyone into the box with the exception of Jake Velvel. He'll be the last line of defense, and Huertas as well. Here we go. Stephen Hess sends it in. Knocked down. Huertas with it. And now it'll be taken by Chicago. A few yards closer, might have led to a shot attempt. Not quite close enough, though. Aggressive slide tackle made there by Huertas. He's played 31 minutes. He already has a yellow card. He has to be careful. Avoid plays like that. In a game like this, you go man down, it will only get harder. Long pass ahead looking for Modi on the left side. Couldn't find him. Owen Smith got his head on it. Ben Green! Not happy about not getting that call. Passing it through, knocking it down, and there's Russo. He was held. That's a foul. No card this time. I've had 6 of them. 18 fouls, 6 cards. Play it in quickly. Here's Lewis. Lewis. Oh, he was tripped up. Another foul. It'll be Velvel. The offense has looked a little different without Sergio Montone, but it has had some opportunities for NYU. Are out shooting their opponents 8-7. NYU on the year really don't score many goals. They have 15 goals in 11 matches. They've only allowed 11 in total, however. They've not allowed multiple goals since their third match of the year. Vargas sends one in, headed away. Lane. Great job heading it toward net by Huertas, then lost it. Back on target and a booming clearance. Handled by Velvel with a lot of room. He's looking for Santiago Huertas, couldn't find him. Peyton Lane comes up with it. Lane with a pass. Matus looking for Modi, who is tripped up. Brandt. Holquist. Now just a mistouch. Ben Green running ahead. They're trying to find him. He was on an island. He is not happy with that pass that came in. Ruskin wanting his team to apply some more pressure. Ibrahim Diallo is going to be coming back in the game. 6'1" forward. Midfielder, rather. And Ethan Pisano also going to be checking back in. Headed on by Hess. Looking for the ball inside. Chicago had it, and NYU's defense makes the play. Russo under pressure, lost it against Brandt. Boyd. Owen Smith cleared his defender. Got it past another defender. Here comes Owen Smith. Getting it center to Ben Green. He's able to get his foot under it. He's tripped. That's a foul. NYU. Diallo, Saeed, and Pisano get ready to enter on the other side. We'll be seeing Boy again. So a free kick for the Violets. What a game we've seen. Through all the physicality. Game at heart, but an offensive battle. Smith seated on the turf. He'll require a trainer here, it looks like. The trainer will come out. So Owen Smith limping off. And in for Owen Smith, it's like will be Lewis. So here comes the free kick for Russo. There's it Velvel, perhaps. That's Russo. Russo will take it.
Substitution for
Pisano will come in place of Owen Smith.
Pisano.
Ethan Pisano played 17 first half minutes.
Number 7, Owen Smith.
So hope Owen Smith is okay. He already lost Montone. Owen Smith is an integral part of the offense.
And substitution for Chicago into the game, number 17.
So no other subs.
Correctly, no sub for the Maroons.
All right, folks, here we go. 14 minutes left. Free kick. It's a bouncing line drive and with a wet ball on a rainy day. It's handled very well by one of the best keepers in the nation. Most durable, for sure, Aaron Katsimpoulos. school record minutes played last year. There's a foul. Passing it ahead here is Russo. Russo across to Hess. He's played a great half in place of Meeks. Willie Meeks very hard to replace, but he has done a fantastic job. Aaron Katsimpoulos will send it out of play. Now here come the subs. Finally. Officially.
Substitution for the Maroons. Into the game, number 17, Cameron Boyd, replacing number 9, Peyton Lane. And substitution for the Violets. Into the game, number 27, Hebra Diallo, replacing number 8, Santiago Huertas. And number 11, Talal Saeed, replacing number 10, Mateo Russo.
NYU throw. We come up on 14 minutes to go. Well-deserved break for Russo. Peyton Lane is out after 40 minutes on the field. Lewis lifting it. Talal Saeed on the right side. Gives it up. Here's Ben Green. Getting it back. Velvel and corner kick. NYU's third of the day. Talal Saeed will play it in. Saeed, line drive, headed up, couldn't get it, it's over the net, it's saved by Aaron Katsimpoulos. He has 7 saves. 7 saves. Felt like it might clear him, and he got a glove on it at the last second. It was Evan Lewis that got the shot. Here's the corner from the other side now. Diallo got a touch. Deflected. Going down in the box was Vargas, and it'll be going the other way. Griffin Awada, freshman from Villanova, has been in for most of this game now, 57 minutes. Foul as Ben Brand hit the deck. Header plays can be dangerous. Kyle Ruark getting ready to check back in for the visiting Maroons. NYU throwing. 11:50 remaining here in the Bronx. Will either team score, or will this be destined for overtime? They're NYU throwing. Ruar continues to wait. 5'7" forward from Kansas City, Missouri. It's good to see Ben Green over 60 minutes of action now. He has played a great game. Oh, that is a great idea from Kleben. It did not work this time.
For the Maroons, into the game, number 7, Kyle O'Rourke, replacing number 5, Isaiah Holquist.
So Kyle comes in, replacing Holquist. It's actually Kyle Rourke, excuse me. It's Rourke, not Ruark. That's out of bounds. Here's Gillespie. Send it back to Katsimpoulos. We're under 11 minutes to play. On the senior day affair. Making very slow, gentle touch passes. Not much pressure here from NYU. Now they have numbers with Modi. Sahil Modi hits the deck with no call. Diallo, dangerous pass was picked. Another player hits the deck. Ben Green hits the deck. And it's stolen without the use of hands by Modi. Passing it ahead. Matus. Sahil Modi. Matus lifts the shot, and Luka Mancuso with a nice save. His fourth. We're under 10 minutes. Cleveland, a couple other Violets applying pressure. Ball getting through a number of players on both teams' legs, and that goes out for a throw-in to the Violets. Under 9 to play. 23 fouls, 6 cards in this game. 10-8 advantage in shots for NYU. Impressive slide tackling effort there from the Maroons. There's a long shot. Mancuso makes the great save on the Cameron Bloy shot. And it's a good thing no one was in the area because he did not catch it cleanly. Oh, and that one slipped. That's what the ball and the turf being this wet now after a full day of rain can do. Here comes Bloy again. Got to watch not to foul this close. And it's still in play. It's Bronco, George Bronco, passing it out to Ben Brandt. Green running with him. Brandt lost it. Can't get it out of trouble. Under 8 minutes now. Matus pops it into the box. Diving effort headed away by the Violets. And it's retrieved again by Chicago. There's a cross. It's near the box. Headed up and away. Green, that was deflected. Can't get it out in full. Long header by Boyd. Now Green. And Diallo tries to poke it the other way. Hess just jumped over his man to get that one out of there. What these teams will do for this win. They both want it. A great, that is for sure. Effort being shown here in the final stretch of the second half with no one having scored yet. No one has held Chicago without a goal since St. Thomas, Minnesota on September the 1st. It's been a long time since then. In the third week of October. That was the beginning of September. NYU has not been shut out, we mentioned, in 6 weeks. September the 8th. Rutgers Newark. Over on their home field. Popped up. Pisano. 2 defenders all over him. NYU throwing. We'll throw it in again. And of a third straight throw-in. Now it's the deflection. Cleveland trying to find Green. He could not. Ben Green's played the whole second half. Felvel back to Boyd. Boyd trying to get it through to Saeed. It's all Saeed. Couldn't get it against Gillespie. On the run, looking for the cross is Bloy. They'll have a throw-in, not a corner, a throw-in. And Nicholas Suter is going to be making his first appearance for NYU. Very late here, number 12. No relation to Claire Suter, who we saw on the women's team of Chicago. 5 minutes. 5 minutes remaining without a score on the board for either team. And it's like now they have a corner kick. It'll be Kyle Rourke. Four and a half left. Suter waits to come in. Here we go. It's a high ball. There's the kick, and they'll do it again. Vince Bolzoni going to be bringing fresh legs along with Suter. Ben Brandt will take it. It was actually Bloy, not Rourke the first time. Pardon me. You got to think this late in the game, any goal wins it. Here we go. Ben Brandt from the right side. He'll send the high corner. Knocked down. NYU player tripped up. No foul called. It was Oliver Kleben that got tripped up. He's wearing that hard cast on that left arm. Brandt. Dangerous pass. Picked off. Talal Saeed. Looking ahead. Owen Smith got it through. Here come the Violets. This is Ethan Pisano. Gets it to Hess. Hess sends it into the box and it is headed immediately away by Griffin Wada. Off of Brandt. They thought it hit his hands. It did not, the officials say. 3 minutes now. NYU coming the other way again. This is Pisano bringing it ahead. There's the cross. Deflected. Popped up. Ben Green not in the area. Lewis is. Lost it. Under 3 now. Boyd hit the head of Diallo, who's in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Long wait for both Bolzoni and Suter. This is Modi. He scored in 3 consecutive UAA matchups this year. He's the guy you got to be the most careful. You got to watch everybody, but especially Modi. No UAA team has kept him off the board. In 5-0 wins, 3-0 wins, and 1-0 wins, he has netted goals. Passing it ahead. Violets have it. Green. Trying to pop it ahead for Oliver Kleben. And it was a nice play from Wada. He's a big guy to try and get space against. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in regulation here. That's it. 2 minutes. There's a long ball ahead. They're trying to find Rourke. They will. And they'll have a throw-in. Minute 40. They're going to let Scott Lick take it. Lick, one of several players on this Chicago team that has played every second. Coming towards goal. Got to be careful not to foul. There's a high ball. This is going to be a throw-in. Minute 15. Comes the throw-in for Chicago, folks. Coming up on a minute. NYU got away for only a moment. Last minute. Looking for the cross. There it is. Can they get it out of trouble? Yes. Boyd pops it up. Headed back the other way. Knocked down. Matus headed away again. 35 seconds. It's going to be an NYU throw. Make that 30. Bolzoni and Suter will come in, but the clock keeps running.
Number 12, Nicholas Suter, replacing number 26, Oliver Kleben.
Kleben and Saeed are out.
Bolzoni, replacing number 11, Talal Saeed.
18 seconds. NYU gets it in from Hess. Headed on. They have no one in the area. 10 seconds.
8,
Sent ahead by Chicago. We
4,
will
3,
have
2,
free
1.
Soccer back in 5 minutes. Overtime number 1 between Chicago and NYU. Overtime soccer at Gaelic Park on a rainy Sunday. Forget about NFL football. We got NYU football. That's where you got to be right now. All right, folks. Free football. The teams have switched sides for overtime. 10 minutes on the clock. It's golden goal. If anyone scores, we all go home. NYU's hoping they go home 4-0 in UAA play. No matter what, they took their conference rival, who they haven't beaten since 2012, who's number 5 in the country, into overtime, no matter how this game turns out. And they lost Sergio Montone to injury. Owen Smith came out. They haven't had Louis Meeks for the second half. They have kept pursuing. They have kept grinding. They've had so many good looks. And Aaron Cat-Simplis, it takes a lot to get one past him. And offsides is the call for just the second time today. It's the first time against the visiting Maroons. Rain's falling hard here in Gaelic Park, at Gaelic Park, rather. Lucky enough to be inside calling this one. The windows have not fogged over. It's got a perfect view, folks. Have seen it the other way around here before. Headed on by Suter. There's Ben Green. Ben Green got it ahead, looking for Pisano. If this one rolls out, it'll be for a corner, but it's not even close to out of bounds on the far back line. It'll be a throw-in for the home team. They get it in. And they'll throw it in again. Actually, it's going to go the other way this time. Each team has 10 shots. 6 for Chicago in the second half after 4 in the first. 7 in the first half, just 3 in the second for NYU. 5 saves for Mancuso, 7 for Cat-Simplis. Both keepers have done their job very well. Passing it around here. Taking their time are the Maroons. NYU has not lost since September 8th. September 25th was the lone loss for Chicago. NYU has not tied since September 14th. And Chicago has not tied since September 1st. So no matter what the result is, it's going to be a change, either refreshing or not so refreshing, for either side. Throwing NYU. If no one scores in the first 10 minutes, we take a 2-minute break and play 10 more. Luka Mancuso, no matter what the weather, no matter how wet the ball on the turf, he still sends a booming ball up the field every time. That's what you get from him. Here come the Maroons. Michael Johnson back in the game. He played 18 minutes in the first half. He came out to start overtime. Only 4 substitutions have come in for Chicago. Almost kind of played in like pro level where you only get 3, except they have brought guys in and out in that regard. Hess trying to shield Scott Lick, and it'll go off of Lick for a Violet's throw. Trying to find Green. They couldn't. Doing some juggling. Now it's Matus. Knocking his man down. He gets space. He's going to cross. Header saved by Luka. Mancuso. 6th save of the day. Drops the ball in front of him now. Sends it up ahead. Gets it to Pisano. Back to Hess. He has played a great game. Suter. They get it over to Pisano. Ethan Pisano. Violets have it. Suter gives it back in front of midfield to Evan Lewis. He's played the entire second half and then some. Finished the first half in the game as well. That is sent in by Boyd. Knocked away for a moment. Taken by Stephen Hess. Hess gets it inside and it is picked up by Cat-Simplis, going to the ground, cradling it like a newborn. 5:20 remaining, first overtime. Nice touch on. Hess will head it back so Luka Mancuso can pick it up. Ben Green. Over to Jake Velvel on the far right side. Bolzoni. Dangerous pass was stolen. Coming down is Ben Brandt. With room. Passing it ahead. They got it to Modi. Sahil Modi. Looking for Johnson and Isaiah Boyd. Stopping him. Here's Isaiah Boyd. He lost the ball, and Hess is going to back off instead of going for it. Nate Johnson, Kyle Rourke. Gives it up to Matus. Back to Kyle Rourke. He goes down, and that's a foul in a very dangerous spot. They got Matus on the ball to take it. Max Rodriguez gets set to return for NYU. So you got a few players over there, not just Matus. Each team has a sub that's going to be coming in. Bronco coming in for Chicago. They got Matus and Brand on it. And Mancuso's got to be ready. They got a wall in front. Everyone now moving off. Matus shoots it, and he sends it high. Nice pull-up was done by Luka Mancuso, saying, hey, I probably did 10 pull-ups in gym class when I was in high school. Next guy might have only done 9. So Ben Green out after a long, that might have been his longest stretch of consecutive minutes played in a home match this season. Great run from him. He gets a breather. Suter at 6'5", could not win that header, make that 6'4". It's Matus. Bronco. Tucking it into the box. Modi got his head on it. Modi another head on it, and Luka's got it. 2:40 remain. Kim Wyatt, hands on her head immediately with that pass. It nearly went straight out of bounds. Hess got it through to Pisano. Vince Bolzoni got to it. Vince on the give up. And it'll go the other way. Boyd heads it on. Boyd hit the deck. Here comes Modi. Draws the foul. We talk about how good he is in conference play. He scored in every single UAA match this year. Had to commit that foul to slow him up. Minute and a half in the first overtime. No score on the board for either team. Ibrahim Diallo coming back in for NYU. Free kick, though. You had to commit that foul, but it's in a dangerous spot. Here we go. Here comes the free kick. A few players on ball. There's the shot. Deflected. Another try. Deflected again. Somebody say defense. Big play, NYU. 40 seconds in overtime 1. Boyd. That'll go out of play. 35 seconds left in overtime number 1. Deflected out of bounds again. 20 seconds. Knocked away. 10 seconds. One last push potentially.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
We're going to double overtime. See you in 2 minutes, folks.
1-0.
All right, folks, overtime number 2. We're 10 minutes. In the next 10 minutes, we'll either have a tie or one team that'll be very disappointed to lose after over 100 minutes of play in the pouring rain. Suter sends it back to Maxi Rodriguez. Let's do it. Second overtime at Gaelic Park. First place in the UAA on the line if there is a winner in this one. 8 saves for Cat Simplis and 6 for Mancuso. Brandt. Knocked down. Good play by Ibrahim Diallo. Keeping it on his foot. Diallo. Long ball ahead. Long run. And it's taken away. Cleveland's going to check in for NYU at the next opportunity. Under 9 minutes left at Gaelic Park, folks, in the final home game of the season. What's going down? Anything can happen. Either team can score. We could have a draw. Here come the Maroons trying to get it in the box. Is Lick? No. Diallo with a nice leave. That was not the pass they're looking for. This is an opportunity, and it's cleared away brilliantly. Maxi. Rodriguez cleared one defender, and his pass to Bolzoni was nowhere near where it was supposed to be. Well, reset to Cat Simplis. We got 8 minutes to go. 25 fouls, 6 cards, 24 shots, 14 saves. We've seen everything but a score. And we got 1 offsides on each team. Gillespie directing traffic.
Substitution for the Violets into the game, number 26, Oliver Cleveland, replacing number 12, Nicholas Suter, and number 19, Pedro Goldberg.
Pedro Goldberg and Oliver Kleeman are in for Pisano and Nicholas Suter. Played through the first overtime in the last 30 seconds of the second half. Hess able to body that ball well. Hess lost it off the defender, now gets it back. Hess passing it ahead. This is Goldberg who just came back in. And NYU down Sergio Montone. They're down Owen Smith. They're down Louis Meeks. They're still grinding, trying to get this W. 6.5 remain at Gaelic Park. Popped up. Nice job getting that away just for a moment. Gillespie. Great play by Vince Bolzoni. Vince got it through to Cleveland, and he could not get any space. He's a great scorer. That's why he was the NYU Male Athlete of the Year Male Freshman Athlete of the Year. Not quite athlete as a whole. So passing it ahead now. Holquist. NYU took it away. Trying to get it to Cleveland. It's a long run, and Lick has no problem getting there. Not a great ball. Cleveland got shoved. No call. They're going to play on. Here is Lewis. Lewis with a give up. Goldberg. Goldberg's going to shoot. Goldberg's going to miss the net.
Substitution for the Violets.
Ben Green back in the game. He'll get Bolzoni. Great effort from Bolzoni in his 31 minutes, especially on the defensive side of things. It's a good chance for NYU, just could not capitalize. They just brought Green, and he headed the ball the wrong way. He's hoping it would go the opposite way. It's terrific using his head. Now it's Rourke getting it through. Modi, Mancuso off his line, and it's off target. Let's keep going. Shot was off the post. Goldberg sends it back to Hess. Stephen Hess has given them 60 tremendous minutes. All of this, every minute since the first half ended, he's been on the field in place of Meeks. Boyd. Moving it ahead to Jake Velvel. Velvel to Boyd. NYU chant starts from the crowd, trying to get them fired up. Looking for Goldberg, and that should be NYU's possession. It is. .4:15 remaining. Will someone score? Boyd, that was deflected. It'll be an NYU throw-in, a chance to clear, denied. Headed away, Goldberg controls it for NYU. We're under 4 minutes left. Chicago has a player down. 3.5 left. They'll stop the clock at 3:33. Trainer comes out. We're going to get one last change for Chicago, perhaps. Hess has a free kick. May have just been a bloody nose, perhaps. They brought a tissue over there. This also requires jersey cleanup. So they're going to bring Bloy into the game. 3.5 minutes. Free kick for Stephen Hess, a few yards in front of midfield. Can NYU put it away here and pick up their 7th straight win, including their 4th in the almighty UAA? Here we go, Stephen Hess. It's going to go to Boyd and try and move up before they send one. Boyd. That was deflected. Boyd's the only defender here. Moving quick. Shot. It's in. It's in. Jorge Bronco in the 107th minute. George Bronco has defeated the Violets with 3 minutes on the clock in the last home game of the season, snapping the 6-match winning streak. And Chicago, number 5 team in the country, gets it done. Hess decided to pass it to Boyd. Boyd waited to clear it. They deflected. It was a one-on-one, and the touch of the left foot. That was a brutal way to lose after 107 minutes. So, folks, to everyone that tuned in to New York University Violet Soccer this season, thank you very much. The rest of the schedule will be played on the road. Been a pleasure calling the home games, and we will see you next fall. And again, still a lot of football left to be played this season for the Violets. Trip to the NCAA tournament very much in play for both the men and women's teams. So that'll do it here for this year from Gaelic Park. Zach Weiss saying so long, and thank you very much.